Putazos y Pendejadas Podcast.
Fighters, what's been going on? What's been going on at the gym, man?
Everything good. We're actually leaving to camp next week out there to India with Ramon. So
That's what we were gonna ask you about, man. So how's it going with Joel Diaz? Talk to us, man. Give us all the cheese, man. We want to know everything, man.
we haven't. Well, we haven't got out there yet. He knows we'll be out there next week. We'll kind of introduce ourselves to each other and work and whatnot. But so far, we haven't gone out there yet. So we'll be out there. I think for like 7-8 weeks. So should be good.
You're gonna be out there the whole time as well?
Yeah, me and Ramon will be out there.
All right, man. And do you guys have a fight set?
We actually got an offer yesterday, but it's like in early March. We were told late February, so we're still we don't want to release anything yet. We're still kind of going back and forth on details and all that. So I like the fight, so we'll see what happens.
Right,
can you tell us if it's in the? He's in 122-pound division, right?
122, yeah.
Is it in that division?
Yeah, 122. Be 122.
All right, so you guys are looking to stay at junior.
Yeah, we were told it was going to be a world title eliminator, so that's why we're kind of going back and forth. I like the fight, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So did you guys? Obviously, you paid attention to the fight this past weekend, right, or this Tuesday?
I saw highlights. I want to go back, and I was watching it this morning a little bit, but I want to go back and watch it. I didn't see the whole thing. I was just
that's another one that's rewatchable.
Yeah.
That was a real good fight, man.
Yeah. A lot of adjustments made by both fighters. You could tell like they were trying one tactic and the other guy responds and makes an adjustment, and then the other guy makes another adjustment. That's a fun one to watch, man.
That was a really good fight. Yeah. 122 is the same division?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you think he's gonna do in that division, man? I mean, I guess he has all the belts. You gotta go through him to get.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not sure how long he's gonna stay there or what, but ready for whatever.
You guys want to stay at 122 because it looks like Inoue is gonna stay there for the whole year. Are you guys gonna campaign there and try to?
Yeah. No, 122. That's what we'll stay at that weight.
I mean, because you guys are almost there. How close to a Inoue fight do you think you would be? Because obviously he has all the belts. That's who you're going to target to get a world title.
Be a fighter too. I mean, it's right there. If the next one's a world title eliminator, it's right there. You never know. That could be the next fight. That's why I said we let's do it. If the opportunity arises, we got to jump at it.
So say the cards all lay out right to where you actually get a shot, man. Would you guys be willing to go to Japan?
Oh, 100%.
That would be fun, though, wouldn't it? Just to go out there and give him hell in his hometown.
Yeah, 100%.
Ronnie, this may be a stupid question, but this is all kind of barely dawning on me right now. Have you guys thought about this?
Yeah, no, for sure. We actually had that talk already a couple weeks ago. Like, man, if they were to offer it now, we do it. So that's what it's kind of like. We got to be ready. That's what we live for. That's what we work for. That's what's. We got to dare to be great, and we know Ramon has that capability. He has that. He can do it. He can do it. He can be at that level. He belongs at that level.
How long have y'all guys been watching or keeping an eye on him? I know you guys are fans of the sport, so you watch the fights, right?
Yeah. I mean, ever since his name started popping up, started becoming more popular, I started seeing who he was and knowing kind of his background and how he's been moving up in weight, winning, and all that. So I've been I've had an eye on him for a while already. So
can I ask another question on that? Like, as a trainer, are you like scouting the fighter already, like looking for little things?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, just kind of the little highlights and stuff. You kind of see what the pilots had success in, seeing what works, what didn't work, even with Fulton. So yeah, you kind of get bits and pieces from every fight for sure.
Just a couple more questions here on Cardenas, Ronnie. It's getting hot. It's getting interesting, man.
Yeah.
I mean, are you guys, obviously you said you've been talking about this for weeks. I mean, now everything is just surrounded with Inoue, and he is in a position where so many things can change. And obviously things have already started changing. I spoke to him a few months ago. He said overnight after that knockout, he had like 11,000 more followers or 1,200 more followers. I mean, things are getting bigger. What happens here?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to keep working. I know he has the right mental. He's in the right mental space. He's an extremely hard worker. He's extremely dedicated. So he's locked in, man. We believe 2024 is going to be a great year for us.
What's the ideal amount of activity? Like, are you waiting for the right fight, or do you think it's important to get in the ring and just get rounds in,
Yeah.
whether you get the fight that you really are reaching for or not?
Yeah, and it all kind of depends too, because he's at that level too, where he's at that top level where, I mean, he just had a big knockout win, had a big win, so we feel like the next fight should be another step up. That we'd like, when obviously we'd have the right plan in place. Where after that fight, okay, what's the plan after that fight? If it's a world title eliminator, we know the next fight will be, we're right there. So as long as it's the right fight, it makes sense, and it fits in that kind of time frame that we're looking to fight in. Obviously, if we feel it's kind of a long left, like, okay, let's kind of get a fight. Let's kind of stay busy, just kind of stay in that mode. But it all depends, man. It all just kind of, we want the right fight. Obviously, we want to eventually get to that world title.
So it's a little
know
both, right? Like, you want to stay active, but at the same time, it's got to be a step forward rather than like a lateral move.
Exactly.
Do you have an
Ronnie,
ideal number of fights that you want for in the next year?
I mean, aiming for 2, hopefully, for sure, minimum. So,
Ronnie, how did it all come about? Talk to us about. I mean, obviously, he probably had his choice of trainer. I mean, probably a bunch of people came out of the woodworks after that outstanding showing he had on Showtime, and he probably had his choice of trainers. How did it come about with Joel Diaz? How did it all start? And how did you pick him, and why?
yeah, well, he actually went out there to kind of scope it out. He felt like the energy. He actually went over there to Indio to go train with Will and kind of see the vibe, feel the energy, feel it feels right. And he liked it. So, and obviously when he's back home, he wanted me to work with him, wants me to go out there with him while we go to camp. So he just felt the energy was right out there, and he wanted to go forward with it.
How did the introduction happen, like between him and Joel Diaz?
The manager, Michael Miller. I believe Michael Miller got him in contact, and then Ramon went out there and kind of took it from there.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of cooperation from trainers these days. Like, I mean, it's probably always been happening, right? But now you see it more because we have more access to information and camps and whatnot.
Yeah.
Is this going to be your first time like working alongside with another trainer when it comes to Ramon's training camps?
Yeah, at that level, yeah. As far as like co-trainers, yeah, for sure. I'm excited. It'll be good. But yeah, it'll be my first time doing something like that. I've always been kind of okay. Like, it's just, the main guy, and you have the team around you. But as far as like co-training and working hand in hand with another trainer, yeah, it'll be the first time.
Yeah, and it's always good to have extra pairs of eyes, man.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we all got the same goal in mind. So I feel like it'll be great.
Okay, Ronnie, thank you very much for answering all those questions on Cardenas. Let's get to San Antonio, man, and the Bam fight. Me and David didn't really break it down on this channel. I think we broke it down on another one. But break that fight down for us, man. You're from San Antonio. You know Bam a lot better than us, obviously, and a lot better than most. He's your guy. He's your friend. Break it down for us, man. How did you see it?
Yeah, I mean, that I saw it. At first, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be a good fight, because they were like neck and neck. Even Sonny was catching them. I was like, man, this fight could go down to the wire. It's gonna be a good fight. But man, Bam just stood his ground, kept pushing him back, kept boxing going forward, pretty much being the stronger guy, and just kind of eventually just got to him and wore him down. And again, by like 4 or 5, it was Bam's fight to lose.
Bam what stood out to me,
Bam was just overall too skilled and too strong.
Yeah, that's what it came down to. Mm-hmm. I had been watching Bam for a few years now, but it's somehow what popped out the most to me against Sonny was his feet. He can close the gap on you, and that was Sonny's biggest weapon, I think you could say, is his movement. He could change angles on you and pivot and throw a counter shot, even though it wouldn't really sting you. Yeah, it would score. And it confused a lot of his previous opponents. Bam, he couldn't do that to Bam, because Bam could shift with him or cut him off.
Mm-hmm.
a lot quicker. And so with Bam's feet and his power, it was that was the end of the road for Sonny's.
Yeah, he's gonna be at the bumper pound list for years to come.
What do you think his ceiling, or at least how many more divisions do you see him going up?
He could probably do. I mean, again, it depends how he grows. He's young. Your body's gonna grow. You're gonna get bigger. He's already at 115. I think he can do 118. Eventually 122. But again, later on in his career. But I feel like, yeah, I mean, he can go all the way up there. Again, it all depends on how his body grows. He's a smaller guy, so it just all depends on how his body's going to grow. But anyone he goes up, he has that ability to be the number one in that spot, in that weight.
He's way too young and way too small right now to think he'll ever meet up with Inoue. But there's a fighter at 118, Junto Nakatani. I don't know if you know who he is, Ronnie, but do you know who Junto Nakatani is?
I've heard of him. I think I saw him fight Maloney, I believe.
And yeah.
Knocked out Maloney. Yep.
He's tall, real tall Japanese guy.
Really big guy. That's somebody that Bam may be able to meet, because I don't think Junto will move up to 122 next year because
Inoue's there. There's another opponent or possible opponent that's been mentioned for Bam. It's Gallo Estrada.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah. And, Gallo's getting long in the tooth, but still a dangerous fight to take. How do you see that one? Like, obviously, I would favor Bam going in, but I don't think that's a gimme.
No, definitely not. I feel like Bam catches him at the right time. That's Bam's fight. It all depends kind of when the fight happens, when it's gonna be. But yeah, I feel like I give Bam the slight edge right now just because of his youth, and Gallo Estrada's already at the end of his prime, end of his career in a way. But it just all depends when the fight's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's a good matchup, man.
Man, you can't sleep on Estrada. Like that's right. A legend, man. That's and I'm thinking with a heart because I'm that Bam's my guy and I want him to win, so I kind of give him every edge. But man, Estrada is he's that guy.
Ronnie, what if we got you here and we're running kind of long here? I know you got a long day, but what can you give us an update on Mario Barrios, man? What's going on with him over there?
Yeah, he's good. I was here in the gym. His father Martin's here. They gave us news on his next fight. I don't want to spill that.
Come on, Ronnie.
No excuses. No excuses.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be a good one. That's all I'm gonna say. That's a really good fight. I'm excited.
So is it like are they starting to prepare for the fight already?
Yeah. I believe he just left back to camp this week, or he's leaving right after the new year. So yeah, it's locked in.
Right. Where you said they're leaving? Do you know? Are they going to be training outside of Texas or?
Yeah, well, he does his camp in Vegas with Bob Santos.
But when does he start the camp?
After
right after New Year, I'm assuming.
After New Year?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
We don't know the month that we don't know the month that
in May, or it'll probably start. Yeah, I believe the fight's in May, so he should be starting sometime in January, February. I'm assuming.
147?
Yeah, 147.
He looks pretty good at that weight.
Yeah, he's strong, man. He's strong. He was training here whenever he's in town. He trains here at Davies. He's a big guy for that weight.
Is it a major title holder?
I ain't saying anything.
Come on, man. Mark, come on, man.
Ronnie, listen, man, I know you got to go on with your day, man. We really appreciate you joining us, man. Hopefully you can join us again. Like I told you, when you're out there with Boed, we'd like to do something like this.